What's up, Knicks Nation? Hey, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. The Hawk is out Florida style right here. The Hawk is out Florida style. It's not out New York style. So the New York Hawk, y'all probably be laughing at the Florida Hawk. But for us down here, the Hawk is out. What's up, Kendall? Walter Blackman, Miss Lumley, Mr. B, David June, Above Doreen. What's up, Teal? Hope y'all are enjoying your weekend, being safe and healthy out here. Today, I'm into some milk. I don't know, my body been kind of craving milk lately, and so I'm just going with it. You know what I mean? Let me see. John Pettit, what's up, my man? BG Bostino, Superstar, my brothers, man. I'm Drake. Old Dog, William Thompson, Grand Rising Malik, Tony Bell, Moshaya, Gorilla Jakes, the only DM Johnson, Torres, 2423, Mr. Torres, Anthony DeSeri, Brother Guilford McCormick, Senior Beef. I'm telling you, Senior Beef is crazy. The Hawk is out Florida style. It's out Florida style. It's not out New York style. Don't get me wrong. But I don't even want to see I ain't come down here to be in no New York Hawk, but it's out Florida style. This is the first time in the 4+ years I've been down here, I can see my breath. Past 11 o'clock in the morning, I can see my breath outside. Man, please, we not into that. But I am flying up to DC tomorrow because we all gonna watch. Me and my older baby girl gonna be watching. We're gonna be live at, what is it called that now? I think it's a Verizon Center. We're gonna be at the Verizon Center watching the Knicks against the Wizards. Mm-hmm. Look here. DJ. Well, missing. Miss Stevenson. Can't miss Miss Stevenson. What's up? And I think I got everybody. Roberto Mendez. Ty Battle. Brother Stephen Kelly, my man. How y'all doing? And of course, let me give the proper introduction. Some knuckleheads don't like to catch the memo. Maybe people are having trouble reading, or maybe there's a mental block. But this channel is for the Knicks and about the Knicks. I don't listen. I think most of y'all, and we've been working hard to get to this point with the channel, and we just about there. I think we 90% there, my brethren. I think we 90% there. But listen, when I say for the Knicks and about the Knicks, I'm not trying to hear this like some knuckle coming up. I don't think we can win the championship with Cat. Get the flock off my channel. I'm not trying to hear that. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that. See, this is the thing, man. You got to be a Knicks believer. You hear what I'm saying? I'm almost using religious terms, but you hear what I'm saying? You got to be a believer. If you're not a believer, don't come in here. I'm just saying this channel is for Knicks believers. We're not trying to have it. We're not trying to talk about your opinion about Cat. I don't give a flock about your opinion about Cat. You understand? We trying to get this chip, and those of us that are believers in the Knicks, that's what we focused on, trying to get the chip. You understand? Don't come in here, talking about, well, I really believe, but get the hell out of here, man. Either you in or you out. You can't be both. Either you in or you out. Hempstead, what you talking about, Jay Supreme? Hempstead, oh shoot, Camel Park brothers up in here. Kennedy Park up in here. All right, Kennedy Park, Camel Park. All right, there we go, Luke. That's what I'm saying, man. We got milk today. We got the whole milk. They got this spot over here. It's called, Kennedy Park, Camel Park. I don't know what it's like now, but when I was a boy, I was born in Hempstead, and for the early part of my life, it was in Hempstead. My father's family came up from Florida straight to Hempstead. And so Hempstead been part of us for long time. I got pictures of my daddy growing up in Hempstead, being in high school at Hempstead High School. Um, Later on, by the time I came along in the 70s, Hempstead High School was no longer the Hempstead High School. They had a new high school, and now it's not new anymore. But it was the middle school where they had the track. I don't know if they still got that. They still got that, Jay? They had the middle school where they had the track, and they had the outside, they had the football. That used to be the Hempstead High School, and then in the 70s they built a new high school, and then then that high school became like the middle school. Yeah, so yeah, it's something. We used to call it. I don't know. We used to call it the stead. Remember that? We used to say we headed back to the stead. That's what we used to say. Hempstead had a flavor no place else had, man. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'll admit I'll be a little bit prejudiced, but there was a flavor, there was a vibe in Hempstead nobody else had. That's right. Develop. That's right. Stead. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And so there's a vibe there nobody else had, man. It just is what it is, So look, I'm a little bit disappointed that Deuce is missing his third straight game. But again, the analysts that I see, that I just am naturally, I done figured out what they doing. See, brethren, this is the thing. The Knicks are playing really smart as far as the coaching and the management this year. Okay? Really smart. And you can see that illustrated in how they're handling Mitchell Robinson. From the beginning of the season, they've been handling Mitchell Robinson with kid gloves, and it's worked out because you could see once they decided correctly to put Mitchell Robinson in the second unit, it's been on at that point. So the Knicks are trying to make sure everybody is healthy come playoff time, which is why I'm saying they killing right now over this 5-game winning streak. The Knicks are the number 1 rated defense in the NBA. And they're the only team, I don't know how many years, it's definitely decades, that in a 5-game stretch held the opponent to 91 points a game. And a lot, I get the knuckleheads saying, well, they played nobodies. Look, I don't care who they play. See, that's what I mean when I say we are of the Knicks, for the Knicks, about the Knicks. You coming into my they ain't play nobody, go play with yourself. Just get out of here. We just got to get dubs. Now, we talked about the get right situation. They were playing bad, and we wanted Dallas that Monday to be the get right game. Remember that? And Dallas kicked them behind. But then Wednesday, we was there playing Brooklyn, and that became the get right game. 50-plus point win. That became the get right game. And why do we call it get right? Because once you get it right, you can roll. Right? No pun intended. But see, that's what happened. They got right against the Nets, and they've been right ever since. And they're not running on all cylinders yet. And I mentioned it in the description box. There's 2 little pieces. One's going to be getting Deuce back healthy with everybody else. The second one is going to be getting that piece that takes Yabu's place. Usually, over the Don's era, I don't know if it happened every time, but it's happened often, where they make a slight move at the deadline, and that move boosts them to a new level. The first time I seen it happens with D Rose. You remember when they got D Rose? They brought D Rose in, and that was his second stint with the Knicks after the Phil Jackson era. But I'm saying, and he came in and he was all happy, and he was like, "What's up, Tibbs?" And Tibbs immediately started playing him. That put us on another level. Then after that, I think it was the Josh Hart move. Josh Hart came in. All of a sudden, Tibbs got hold of him, and Josh Hart was playing about 40-something minutes a game and doing business as soon as he came in, right? And so the Knicks do these little moves. Last year, it was DeLon Wright, right? It was DeLon Wright, and then they had Shamet come back. And there you go again. See, so this year, I'm wondering what's coming up. So whatever it is, it's going to be a player that takes the spot that was Yabu. So somebody's going to come in here and take that spot. Now, what allows us this luxury at this time? Yeah, well, Clarkson, I don't get it, but it's not up to me. But obviously, Clarkson is not Mike Brown's type of player. Mike Brown hasn't said that, but I think by how he's handling Clarkson is showing that. Okay, so Clarkson is probably going to be included in the trade, and that would help bring value because he's on a $3.5 million deal. And you add him to Yabu, that's a pretty good couple of guys that you can go to somebody's roster, not add a whole lot of salary and get back something, right? So you could say like they could go after Sadiq Bey with that. They could go, after, Jeremy Sohan with that, right? Like I said, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but it's what it is, y'all. So they're gonna make a move, and as usual, there's the usual number of people that keep mentioning Deuce as trade. Would you please keep that retarded, illogical fantasy mess off my channel? I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, stop it. They're not trading Deuce. That would be stupid. Cheers. They just planning on making sure Deuce is healthy, 100% healthy. Because you know what Deuce been doing, right? 42% from three, 13 points a game, lockdown defense at the cheapest contract in the league for what he does. And anybody talking about trading him, even mentioning it, and this is how they do it. I heard, come on, man. I heard about your mama too, but you don't want me to repeat that. You hear what I'm saying? I heard about your mama too, but you don't want me to repeat that. So don't come in here with that, what you heard. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to hear that. You can't come in here with Deuce like that. See, Deuce is on that. Hey, listen, let me ask you all a question. When you come into the channel, right? Does the disclaimer still come up? Do y'all see the disclaimer? Does the disclaimer still come up? Like when you come into the channel, does the disclaimer pop up, so that you can see it? Oh, so it does. Okay, Michael. So therefore, I can rightly assume that if you come in here talking negativity about Deuce or Mitch Rob or Tibbs, you've seen the disclaimer and don't give a flop, right? Therefore, I have no conscience about cutting you loose, right? So I ain't having it, Michael Surf. I ain't having it. So on certain things, I'm not trying to hear. You know what I mean? So that's it. Thank you, Battle. That's it. So this is what, right? So look, this is of the Knicks and for the Knicks. This is not of the fans and by the fans. I don't give a flock about the fans. I give a flock about people that's on the bandwagon, the believers in the Knicks. Believers. You got to be a believer. And I'm not talking about white Jesus. You got to be a believer in the Knicks. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. So it's very simple. You can't come. I'm not in here for you to get your jollies off, spitting your vomit of negativity. You go to by the fans for the fans for that. That's for that. You can make. You got them crazy mofos. I be seeing them on X. This dude Ari from Manhattan, he out of his goddamn mind. And I be like, okay, you could do that someplace else. You can't come in here with that. And they be getting mad at me. Hey. I already let you know. I think I fairly let you know what the channel's about. Sorry you can't get your jollies off in here. Go somewhere else. Okay? Okay, so it's all right, microservice. It's not that big of a problem. It's not that big of a problem, really. It's not. Hey, listen. Y'all know the Don could do business, right? You think the Don gave that boy the contract so he couldn't get rid of him? Come on, man. Come on. Right? Michael, right? You catching me? So this is the thing. Let me tell you what type of problem we're talking about with the player option, aside from the idiot media. Look here. What we really talking about, okay? Y'all know, and I know. The Don not only ain't taking no shorts, he on the DL, he got a little bit of Jack the Ripper in him. Little bit. Not he's not as bad as Ainge. He ain't trying to school you, but he's not taking no shorts. So what the Don is probably looking for, he's probably looking for picks. and so somebody's like, nah, man, that second year, no, we can't give you no picks with that. See, so that's probably what the deal is. You know what I mean? So I'm 100% sure he can move Yabu. That's not going to be a problem. He may not get the boatload that he's always looking for. You know what I'm saying? So he'll do that. Yeah. Well, John Petty, this is the problem. There's a whole nation, a section of Knicks Nation that's like that dude. I don't want him here. I think I'm playing about that. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to front. If you want to be like that, go somewhere else. I don't want to hear your retarded, out of control, mental, emotional, like you a teenage girl on the rag situation. Go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Do something else, man. Go see your therapist. Stop drinking that cheap wine. Stop taking them opioids. Go somewhere else, please. Because it's just a headache to me. It's just a headache. That's all it is. It's not even worth. I don't even find it entertaining. Because I'm not into whining. I'm not into whining, see? So if you want to whine, I ain't got no cheese for you. I just don't carry that. So yeah, the Don, he gonna move Yabu this week. I'm just interested to see how he does it and where he does it. Yeah, right, exactly, Gorilla J. Leave the raw Irish Rose alone, man. Get some quality stuff, man. Yeah. Yabu, this is the thing, though. Again, there's always a risk, right? Like, look, the year they hired Thibodeau. I believe it was the end of June or beginning of July of the year they hired him. I forgot the year. But what I'm saying is, the draft, they were looking for a power forward to replace Julius Randle. They let that be known through Ian. They were, at the time, looking for a power forward in the draft. They ended up picking our boy Obi. But when they were making these decisions, they had not yet hired Tom Thibodeau. So when they hired Tom Thibodeau, he wasn't into Obi because why? Not that Obi was no scrub now, but Tibbs wasn't into no rookies, especially not starting. He was into Juju. And so that changed the dynamic of what Obi was going to be brought on board to be. And the same thing happened this past year. So the Knicks did not hire Mike Brown before they decided to sign Yabu. Perhaps they thought that Yabu would be a Tibbs type of player or somebody like Tibbs. But then they brought in Mike Brown, and he don't fit with Mike Brown. And again, it's not that Yabu is a scrub, as some assert. Yabu is an NBA player, but he's just not Mike Brown's cup of tea. Sometimes it be like that, right? right? Sometimes it be like that. So that's what happened. So now Yabu's not fitting, but there's a couple of guys out there that do fit the Mike Brown system. Like I said, Precious, Jeremy Sohan, Sadiq Bey. Now, to a lesser degree, here come Alvarado, which I still don't understand. And especially, look, our boy, Kolick. Kolick is becoming a problem. Is that true? I mean, y'all seen him, right? Kolick is becoming a problem. Okay, he really is. So with the advent of Tyler Kolek coming into his own this year, I don't see the need for Alvarado. I just don't see it. See, I don't see it. So I'm wondering, I still don't get it. I don't get it. Because if you add Alvarado to this roster, Kolek, somebody's not playing, okay? Somebody's not playing. So you already have Deuce and JB. You already have Shamet, and Shamet plays some point. You still got Clarkson, even if you don't like him, and then you got Kolek. So you bringing in Alvarado, somebody's not going to play. Okay, somebody's not going to play. So, and Kolek could be the odd man out. I mean, look, he's not going to sit JB. You're not sitting Deuce. So what's going to happen? You definitely playing Shamet. So what? You bring in Alvarado, then you got him in there. So I don't understand. I really don't get it. I don't. Ian Begley said it, but sometimes, let me just say this. Ian Begley said the Knicks were interested in Jose Alvarado, which means what? That means that the Don made a call to Joe Dumars about Jose Alvarado. Does that mean that they definitely getting Jose Alvarado? I wouldn't say that, because you guys understand by now that Don does his due diligence on everybody, right? And if somebody heard he made a phone call, they make it into and I'm saying, and definitely not saying that Ian Begley did this, but I'm saying a lot of other lesser reporters will make a phone call into the Knicks are definitely trying hard to go get this one. No, they sometimes just make a phone call to look at the availability. This is what happened, man. The Don play, again, we know he plays chess. So what does that mean in this sense? What does it mean to say he plays chess in this sense? When we're looking at Jose Alvarado, what it means is he goes and he calls on Jose Alvarado. He calls on Keon Ellis. He calls on Jeremy Sohan. And then he gathers all the information. Then he decides, okay, what deal am I willing to pay for Alvarado? What am I willing to pay for Keon Ellis? What am I willing to pay for Sohan? Right? Like you ever go shopping and let's say you're shopping for a present for somebody and you're not sure what to get, or you know what you want to get, but you're not sure where you're going to get it from. So you go to different places and you look at the quality of what you're looking for and you look at the price. And now, yes, Ellis is off the table now, right? I find that just as a side note, senior beef brought up a point, Ellis is off the table. But look here, it's interesting. You know what Cleveland just did? They just replaced DeAndre Hunter with another version of Okoro. Do y'all see what I'm saying? They just replaced DeAndre Hunter with another version of Isaac Okoro, because that's what Ellis is. He's a cheaper version of Isaac Okoro. You see, that's what they did. So I'm not worried about Cleveland no more. I'm trying to tell you. And I'm not saying Ellis is no scrub, but tell me if I'm wrong. I do not see Keon Ellis raising their level versus DeAndre Hunter. When they got DeAndre Hunter from Atlanta, I knew there was going to be problems. But I don't feel that way now. Okay. So I don't know. But you know what? You know what they say, right? That's their problem. It's not the Knicks' problem. That's their problem. They just helped us out, as far as I'm saying. They just helped us out. Yeah, okay? They did. They just helped us out. So, yeah, I don't get that. I was like, okay, so they got Keon Ellis and somebody else. Who else did they get, y'all? They got Keon Ellis. Who else? Who was the other guy they got? They got Keon Ellis with somebody else. Who was the other guy? Y'all know? Who was the other guy they got? It was Keon and, hold on, let me see. Shams telling me. Schroeder right now. Schroeder, I could get Schroeder because we all know Schroeder, especially in the playoffs, he one of them brothers that shows out in the playoffs. He shows out in the playoffs. Okay, there's another trade, Vit Krejci to Portland and for Diop Reith and 2 future second rounders. Ooh, You getting second rounders. It's the Hawk 3-point shooter. He going to Portland. I don't understand why Portland making all these moves. But anyway, that's all. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Schroeder's a playoff dude. He is baby assassin in the playoffs. So yeah. And that's right, organic, because Garland, something about his toe. His toe has been giving him problem for the last at least 3 seasons. He's been having problem with whatever this toe problem is. He's been having problem with that. Okay. But we're gonna see. And this is Sunday. Between now and the deadline, which is Thursday, I believe Thursday's the deadline, you're gonna see a flurry of moves, man. You're gonna see a flurry. It's gonna be one Shams after another. One Shams announced, one Shams breaking news after another. Boom. Because Shams is the new Wojnarowski in this situation, So good afternoon, serial killer. Hey, listen, I never believed after the Los Angeles Lakers experiment with Lonzo Ball, I wasn't into it. And then he went down to New Orleans and basically got paid to sit. So now he became Anthony Ambulance's point guard. Him, Frank Ntilikina, they became the point guard in Anthony Ambulance University. So then when Chicago got him and gave him $80 million, I said that's not going to work. I already knew that wasn't going to work. So going to Cleveland, him coming off the bench was at least a shot at getting something out of him. But to me, he's now a charter member of Anthony Ambulance University, of getting paid and not playing, of being an NBA player that mostly is in street clothes. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like if Pat Riley pulls off, and this is what I'm thinking. I would say this, y'all. I don't really think in my heart of hearts that Milwaukee's really going to trade him at the deadline. I think they're going to wait till the summer. Because I think what they're doing right now is shopping what kind of deals are out there. And so they're trying to see what's out there right now, what they would get for him right now. And then they're going to revisit it this summer. He probably won't even play anymore this year. They're going to be tanking. He's probably going to, what's up, Raphael? He's probably going to get healthy and be ready for a new team come July 1st or trade or even draft night. But everybody, including the Knicks, will be able to improve their offers come the summer. And so we'll see what happens. Now, again, they're taking a risk because let me tell you something, man. Cat has been a rebounding fool. Y'all seen it, right? Listen, if I could get a 7-footer that could shoot, let's say 34%, she could shoot better than that, but let's say 34% from 3 and can get me 20 boards. What? And so if the Knicks, let me tell you, let me just say this to y'all. If the Knicks, and there was some numbnuts that was, I saw this numbnuts. I don't know if this numbnuts was on X or if he was on YouTube. I can't remember. But this numbnuts was talking about, the Knicks have no shot against Oklahoma City. Wait. You remember, Indiana took Oklahoma City 7 games. 7. They took Oklahoma City 7 games. And we don't know, really, and unlike the Tatum injury, see, the Knicks was beating the Celtics' ass with healthy Tatum. So when he got hurt, the series was over. But when the Knicks won those 2 games in Boston, thank you, Mikal, it was over. So that team took Oklahoma City 7 games. And you telling me the Knicks don't have a shot? All I'm saying is let's get to the playoffs and see what happens. That's all I'm saying. So, so no. Not only that, there's some interesting other developments. Did y'all notice that Shams reported that Hartenstein is on the trade block? Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice that Shams reported that Isaiah Hartenstein is on the trade block? And we know why. Remember last August? We know why. Why? Because they ain't paying. Oklahoma City's a small market team. They can have the whole state come to a game and they're not gonna be ever anything but a small market team. So look, they are not paying $180 million in taxes. I told y'all that last year. They're not paying $180 million in taxes. So that means Hartenstein is gonna go. See, now that's a complication. So let's talk about the two complications to stop Giannis from coming here. One complication, Cat is rebounding his ass off. Right? Cat getting 20 rebounds a game, y'all. Cat playing defense, y'all. Cat doing business, y'all. Hey, do you know, game before last, he had 22 boards. No fouls. Game against Portland, he had 20 boards. 1 foul. Cat rebounding like a grown-ass man. If he keep doing that, the league got a problem in New York. Now, what I was going to say is, let's say the Knicks went to the finals, right? And lost in 6 games with Cat starting. I'm not trading Cat. So you go to the conference finals, Cat year 1. You go to the NBA finals, Cat year 2. I'm not trading him. You hear what I'm not? Leave that team alone and let them gel. Leave that team alone. Let them gel, man. Because, and then people talking about, we don't have enough for Giannis. The hell? You mean Karl Anthony Towns in Milwaukee won't make no difference? Please. Yes. The Don ain't losing. There used to be a show back in the 90s. Some of y'all might be too young for this, but it was called Parker Lewis. And the theme of the show was Parker Lewis can't lose. The Don is Parker Lewis. He ain't losing. Oh, he might make some mistakes, and I'm sure some of you anal retentive ones want to bring up every mistake he made. But overall, this is the Don we're talking about. He ain't losing. He ain't. So now that's problem number 1. Cat balling his ass off. Problem number 2. If they were going to trade Cat, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all going to think I'm crazy. I would rather have a healthy Isaiah Hartenstein if I'm trading Cat than Giannis. I would rather have a healthy Isaiah Hartenstein than Giannis. Wait, we got a knucklehead in here, y'all? Oh, yeah. Thanks for the heads up. Hold on, let me do some house cleaning. We got a hemorrhoid in the house. We got a hemorrhoid in the house. Let's take out the preparation H and get rid of the hemorrhoid. We got a hemorrhoid in the house. We got preparation H for the hemorrhoid. And we got the third rail for the fools that want to lean too far over the platform. So we take care of that business. The next bench sucks. Please go back. Take your hand off your gonads. Leave the Vaseline alone, and stop using them opioids, and then we'll be all right, okay? We got preparation H for the hemorrhoid. Yeah, we got prep H for you, man. And we got some advice. That loose hand that you got junking on yourself, you need to stop. Stop doing it. It's messing your brain up. Go get a woman. And please leave that cheap ass Wild Irish Rose alone. Shoot. Y'all crazy as hell. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Bo. Somebody tell him. Yeah. Matthew hurled up. You done messed yourself up, son. Anyway, normally, I don't know, man. Something, Kendall. He doing something. Somebody needs to talk to him, though. Because this ain't the place. This ain't the spot. We not having that music. Take that somewhere else. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take that somewhere else. Anyway, where was we before we were so rudely interrupted? Oh, yes. I'd rather have, and I can say, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Give me a healthy, in his prime, Isaiah Hartenstein in my starting five, with Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. I'll take that. And he's not gonna cost Giannis money, right? He's not gonna. Giannis talking about, what they talking about? 4 years, 275, which is somewhere around, you're talking somewhere around 70 million a year. Isaiah might cost you 30. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah might cost you 30. So I'm gonna take Hartenstein. That's the second Giannis hurdle. Now I know all of the knuckleheads out here in fantasy land and NBA 2K land. You gotta take Giannis. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's right. So look, more than that, the deal that's the supermax for 31-year-old Giannis Antetokounmpo is 4 years, 275 million. Now wait, let's say they were stupid enough to do that. 275 divided by 4. That let me make sure I get it right. Divided by 4. That's 68 million a year. Versus you could probably get Hartenstein 4 years, 120 million. That's 30 million a year. So you take 68, right? So you say 30 divided by 68.75. So you're talking about 30, you're talking about 40, 57% difference. Yeah, I'm gonna take Hartenstein. Thank you. I'm gonna take Hartenstein. Thank you. Right, exactly. John Pettit, see what I'm saying? And you know what? I was talking to y'all, and most of y'all agree. See, I like family. To me, the Knicks are family, and y'all are family. When some stranger comes into the camp, we gotta get rid of strangers. We don't welcome haters to the Knicks Nation. You know what I'm saying? You can be a hater on X. You could be a hater on For the Fans, By the Fans. You could be a hater in your therapist's office. You just can't be a hater in here. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it. So, listen, what started it, I gotta say, was the contrition of one Mikal Bridges. Mikal brought the contrition. When you have Josh Hart reacting, and Josh Hart, he says the part out loud that nobody else said. Okay. Jamaica Queen Strangler. Come on, baby. What you all right, Jamaica Queens. I'm a rely on your level of intelligence to answer your own question. What would they do with Mitchell Robinson if they signed Isaiah Hartenstein? What would they do? What would you do? If you have Mitchell Robinson and you're getting Isaiah Hartenstein, what are you doing? What are you going to do? Talk to me, man. What you going to do? What you going to do? What about Mitch? That ain't no issue. What's going to happen? That's exactly right. You're going to still have Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench and Hartenstein starting. And guess what? I think we'd be a whole lot better. Right? I think we'd be a whole lot better. You know, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. John Petty, we not having no, I have my own opinion. We don't give a crap about your opinion. If you're not with the Knicks, 100%, if you're not a believer in our squad, get the flock out. Yeah, man, of course, Jamaica Queen. This is the problem. It's not really a problem, but we have found the formula to get the max out of Mitchell Robinson, right? That is, you play him in the second unit. And speaking of Deuce, You play Deuce with Mitch, with Shamit. You know what I'm saying? So we good. We good. That's what I'm saying. So I don't really, in my heart of hearts, believe Milwaukee's going to trade Giannis at the deadline. I think they're creating this hype to see what the max offers they will get. And then they'll come back in the summer and come and revisit what everybody offered. Yeah, so. Well, when I see somebody from Queens, I'm thinking Mets fan. But, you know, there's a lot of Yankee fans in Queens. I'll give it to them. But if I see somebody from Jamaica, Queens, I'm thinking Mets fan. Like Precious was. Gumby, come on, baby. All right. I know you still hurting because my boy Juju is not here no more, but don't come with that. You don't get Mo D Deuce contract. What, you crazy? He's going to eventually make way more money than Deuce, but not right now. Just you got him on the rookie deal. Keep him on the rookie deal. Why you would waste money? You got him locked in on the rookie deal, a second round rookie deal. Don't give him nothing but what you got to pay him in the second round rookie deal. That's all. Ain't no need to waste money. We got 3 more years of that brother at this money. Okay. Yep. This is a good question. Ace of Spade, you're correct. He says, don't the Bucks have less leverage next summer? Well, this is the thing. This is a good question. In a sense, you're right. But let's put it this way. Here we are at the trade deadline of the current season, right? And do we all believe and agree that pretty much every team in the NBA is making a call to the Bucks about Giannis, right? I mean, here we are in the middle of the season, and every team in the league is trying to make a call about Giannis. So even though the Bucks would lose leverage, every team in the league is going to make a call about Giannis this summer. And their offers are going to be better, right? So, yeah, they might lose a little leverage, but no. The only leverage really they would lose, which is really, they really still don't have it now, which is if Giannis was to declare, if you trade me to XYZ team, I'm not re-signing with them. And then XYZ team has to decide, like Toronto did, we're going to take you anyway. Okay. And then see if he can win the chip like Toronto did with Kawhi. So they will lose a little bit, but they still be in good shape. They still be in good shape. John Pettit, did you hear that from Giannis, or did you hear that from some knucklehead want to be an analyst? Did you hear that from Giannis, John Pettit? Because I wouldn't don't judge Giannis on what third parties told you about him. This is the thing I try to tell y'all. None of us would want people to judge us on what some third party that don't know us said about us. We should give the same courtesy to the players. I wouldn't. Giannis has been in the league, what, 12 years now? Now, let me ask you, John, has Giannis ever shown himself to be a selfish player? Has he ever shown himself to be a selfish player? And since he has not, and he is a 2-time most valuable player, don't judge him like you judge any other. He's not. This is a different dude. Okay, and he wants the reason this whole scenario is out is because he wants a championship. He's not leaving Milwaukee if he wants fame and fortune. They will build him, probably still build him a statue in front of the stadium, and they're going to definitely retire his number. So he could stay in Milwaukee if that's what he was looking for, but he wants a chip. So please, I don't call him selfish. He's not. He's not. Okay. He's trying to win a chip. That's all he wants to do. So give him that. Give him that respect. It ain't about this, he's not for the team. He wouldn't have been in Milwaukee. He should have left Milwaukee 2 years ago. If that was the case, Yeah, he's trying to get a chip. So no, that ain't, don't worry about that, John Pettit. Good afternoon, Prezi. Yeah, he's not a selfish player. Not in any sense. Not in any sense. He wants to win a chip. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, though, even if he did say it's senior beef, I wouldn't take it negatively and say, well, he's not for the team. And that's what I'm saying. So in the 12 years he has played in the league, has he given any indication at all that he cares more about himself than the team? Has he given any indication that he's not team first? Has he not gave an effort? Because, you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, so don't judge his character, because that's a defame of his character to say he's being selfish. Giannis? No. This is a man that had what he keep getting that sister pregnant. What, they got 3 or 4? He with the same woman. He keep getting her pregnant, man. And so he building family. I wouldn't call him selfish. I think he's different, right? Why MSG has no statues? Because this is New York. We're not like everybody else, and don't expect us to be. That's the problem with Knicks Nation. They're always trying to compare us to some lesser city. There is no city in the United States greater than New York City. There's none. 0. We are the model. Let them build statues in LA. They won 5 chips for Magic. Okay, if we won 5 chips, somebody will get a statue. Okay, but yeah. So okay, yeah. Clip 2, John Petty, please. Please judge him on on his overall. He's not a selfish player. He's team first. He gives 110% every single night. He's always trying to get better. This is not a selfish individual. Okay, even if he wants to top LeBron's scoring record, he's not a selfish individual. He's trying to win championships. If he can't have the scoring record, but you can give him 2 more chips, I think he'd take the chips. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's back off of that, man. That's what I'm saying. Don't let people on X influence your thinking, especially when you already got a balanced mind and you can think for yourself. Keep doing that. Don't let somebody influence your thinking because he said something that sounds selfish. Now, if it was somebody else, if it was, some other player, you might say, oh man, if it was Bones Highland, if Bones Highland said that, I'd be concerned, right? If Bones Highland said that, I'd be concerned, right? But not Giannis. Not Giannis. Right. So this is the thing. We got a team. And I don't want to break up that team for Giannis. I don't, those of us that remember the Melo deal, you should be totally against getting Giannis. If you remember Carmelo, you should be totally against getting Giannis. Okay? The Knicks were rolling. They were on their way to a plus 500 season, which they had not had. Raymond Felton was playing at an all-star level. We had development coming in Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, and then, of course, we got Stat. They was on their way. I'm not saying they would have won a chip that year, but they were coming up. They was on the come up. And then everything got redone with Melo. And then Melo, and this is the thing. Again, I remember Stephen A. Stupid. We got to get him at all costs. How'd that work out? How many chips we won when we got Melo? And you know why? Because what people did not count was Melo is a ball stopper. I know Melo talked about having Bernard King as somebody he wanted to emulate. Bernard King was never a ball stopper. And I saw I watched right away. Last night I watched the game on replay, the Portland game. And one of the things I saw was like in the one particular play, Brunson got the ball. He was one-on-one with somebody. Hey, Mr. Edwards. And usually he would run at least 10 seconds off the clock when he's being bad boy. When he's not being a good Brunson, he runs 10. But last night he did a couple of his moves And after 3 seconds, he let the ball go. Okay. Then he gave it to OG. OG, within 2 seconds, made a move, got the ball up, and scored. That's not being a ball stopper. See, that's when you go ahead and you make your move or pass the ball. Brunson did it, and then OG did it. Melo would hold that damn ball for at least 10 seconds. And even if he did score, nobody else got to touch the basketball. That's losers style ball. Okay? It looks good. He's going to score a lot, but you ain't winning no chip like that. Even LeBron didn't do that. Okay? Even LeBron didn't do that. So what I'm saying is Melo was a ball stopper. We traded half the team for a ball stopper. And nobody recognized that till he came under the bright lights of MSG, because in MSG, this is what happened. Most of y'all need to understand, when you're watching a guy play in Denver, or you're watching a guy play in San Antonio, you're watching him sometimes and you do not see the blemishes. I remember Mike Francesa of the Fans said this once, and not that I believe everything they say, but he did say, he said Knicks fans were clamoring at the time for Reggie Miller to come to New York. And he said if the Knicks fans saw Reggie Miller every night, they would hate him because he averages like 15, 13 points a game during the season. They're only seeing Reggie Miller at playoff Reggie Miller. And see, that's what I'm saying. All of these numbnuts talking about Mikal. Why we give all this Mikal? Because you didn't see the blemishes when he's in Phoenix. But in New York, you see them. And everybody's a coach trying to tell him how he needs to play his game. See? Same with Cat. You think Cat just started committing offensive fouls? Was he doing that in Minnesota? Yes. Okay? But you didn't see it in the middle of tundra. You see it under the lights of MSG. Cat is what he is. He don't need nobody teaching him how to play basketball. He need to do this, and I need to see him do this. Who the hell? I told him, I want these people. Who the hell is these people, man? Where you coach at? That you all of a sudden you need to tell an all-NBA player how to play a basketball. That's what kills me. That when y'all see me get ticked about that and being short, that's what it is. You coming in here talking about, I need to see him do this. The hell, all of a sudden, what the hell, you John Wooden or something? What? You Red Auerbach now? You need to tell an all-NBA player how to play? What I'm saying is, let Cat be Cat. If he foul out, he foul out. Because most times he going to hit them averages, 24 and 10, 24 and 12. That's what he going to do. Okay? And I told y'all, did y'all see the game Friday? I saw it last night. You know what I did notice? They kept putting it in that boy's hands. And guess what he kept doing? Making something happen. Whether it be a pass, a hockey assist, or a straight assist. Cat was making something happen. He didn't score a lot, but he don't have to when you're getting 20 rebounds. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man, but we don't need nobody teaching them how to play ball. Brown is out there to get them to play together and to get them to play as a unit in a system that's his system. And listen, I would say 30 and 18. What is it? Are they 30 and 18 or 30 and 19? What's their record? 30 and 18? Let me just take a look here. 30 and 18. Well, daggone, you telling me 30 and 18 ain't a good record? What, you expecting to be 48 and 0? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ribby, you playing with the third rail. Ribby. You developing something on your backside. You developing something. Oh, okay. So where the preparation H at? Oh, I got it. Yeah. We got rid of that. You know, down here in Florida, right? You get a lot of bugs, especially at night. You get a lot of bugs when the light's on at night and the bugs come out, right? And in some place, like if you go to the gas station at night in Florida, woo, you could have a problem because them bugs be flying under the light at the gas station, man. So what we do is you get these things called bug zappers. So I put where I got lights at in the garage, at the front yard. I have a bug zapper on the ground. And you don't see them bugs no more because the zapper takes care of them. Well, here, the third rail candidates get the bug zapper. Okay, they buzzing around, annoying you. Be like, damn. All right, we got the bug zapper. We got the bug zapper. Maybe they're suffering from a hemorrhoid, where they try to make us suffer for them hemorrhoids, so we get the preparation H out. Fix it. You know what I mean? Fix it. And it takes care of business, Or of course, you get some person that's mentally unbalanced. They jump the turnstile. They're yelling and stuff, right? Generally in New York, you get a lot of people that talk to themselves. I don't know if it's still like that because I ain't lived there in a minute, but you always get people in the subway talking to themselves. Well, on the street too. But generally, then you'll get some fool. They'll jump the turnstile. They're talking to themselves, right? And everybody, people are ignoring them because in New York, you got a lot of crazy people. Then they're going to go toward the platform. You don't want to be around them because they might push you or they might jump on. And then and so then what's the problem with the platform? Well, you might get run over by the train or you might catch that third rail. Then you're dead. So we notice the mentally unstable ones come to this and they've jumped over this turnstile. Then they're talking to themselves. They're talking loud. And then they're getting too close to the platform. So for everybody's sake involved, we get rid of them. Okay? We get rid of them. Aunt Doobie, that's a good question. I honestly, and to Aunt Doobie, I'm interested to see what you think. Because look, it seems to me that the Cavs just traded DeAndre Hunter for a cheaper version of Isaac Okoro. That's what it looked like to me. If Isaac Okoro wasn't going to help you, I don't know how Keon else going to help you. But I understand it on the money side. Oh, there's been a couple. Who is it? King Ribby, Michael. King Ribby came in here, and it didn't even take long, right? Senior beef. I mean, he walked across the turnstile talking big mess, and I told y'all. I tried to tell him. So he caught the third rail early. He got zapped early. The bug zapper came out. The preparation H was in effect, and he gone. So. Then buy with him. But see, yeah, I don't think Cleveland got better. I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't think Cleveland got better. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Ant. I don't think they got better. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Even if he fouls out, I think people worry too much about that. If he's out, he's out. Listen. The good thing, and everybody making it into some negative, but you hear people say, why was he benched in the fourth quarter? This is how a real Knicks fan sees it. He can miss the fourth quarter and we can be better still. This is how a Knicks believer sees it. We're not asking why Cat was benched. We excited because we see them balling without him in the fourth quarter. You see how you can look at it two different ways. Cat was benched. No, he wasn't benched. Maybe he was in foul trouble. Maybe he wasn't feeling well. Maybe, whatever. But we were balling in the fourth quarter. Let's just be thankful instead of being negative. You understand? Yeah, Ellis off the list now. Yeah, Ellis off the list. That's exactly right. We got Mitch. And guess what else we got? We got OG. OG could play the 5. Do y'all disagree? OG could guard. If OG can guard Giannis, he can guard the cat in Minnesota, tall dude there. OG can guard anybody, at the 5 spot. Yeah, that's right. Darius Garland is hurt a lot now. That toe is something that's, I don't know, but. Yeah, OG he's strong as a brick doo-doo house. That's what I'm saying. And so we have run him at the 5 and balled with him at the 5. So, but if and that's what I'm saying. So if Cat fouled out, if Mitch Rob fouled out, which is rare that both of them would be in trouble, but if there was, you got OG. He could step in and do it. It's not like you expect him to start every night at the 5, but you could definitely in the pinch put him at the 5 and run. You know what I'm saying? And you could get defense out there with OG, Deuce, Shamit. You can get defense, Mikal. You can get defense out there. Okay. Oh yeah, and Embiid. That's right, serial killer. That's right. See, so if he could guard big ass Embiid like that, and he could guard Rudy Gobert, and he could, you know what I'm saying? Come on. He could guard Giannis. We good. Uh-huh. That's right, DJ. Those are people that are looking at NBA 2K and ratings on NBA 2K. Those are people that are gamblers, and they're not really looking at the real deal about basketball. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. That's right. He be going strong to the hole. And did y'all hear what Mike Brown said? Well, he was going to the basket like a grown man. Did y'all see that? He said he was going to the basket like a grown man. I was like, dude, you need to stop watching my channel, man. You need to stop watching my channel and stealing my mess, bro. You see that? They be messing up the game, John Space. You ain't lied yet. No lo mientos la boca. No lo mientos la boca, amigo. No. You ain't lied yet. You ain't lied yet. Yeah, exactly, John Space. You know what I'm saying? So, nah. But yeah, to answer your question, Cleveland did not help themselves. Maybe they helped themselves financially. I could see that because Hunter was making way more money than Keon Ellis. And who's the other guy that got? I keep forgetting. Who's the guy that went with him? Damn. Who went with Keon out the door? Who was out the door with Keon? Who was it? Tell me, y'all. I forgot already. They're going. Let's see. DeAndre Hunter, Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder. So Schroeder, I don't believe Schroeder and Ellis together make Hunter money, right? I think Hunter money is better than it. Well, where did Hunter go? Hunter, I heard that from what? Well, let me not even say that. But so Hunter went to the Kings. I think the Kings are going to make another move, right? Hunter went to the Kings. I think the Kings are going to make another move because Kings ain't going nowhere. Kings ain't going nowhere. So let me see how much money Hunter make. So now he's going to be on the Kings. I think he's making a pretty good coin, man. I mean, I think he is. Let's see. DeAndre Hunter. Yeah, he's getting 23 million, almost 25 million for the next 2 years. And then they just traded him to Cleveland for Schroeder and Ellis. Now, Ellis, I know, is on the minimum deal. Schroeder getting 14 million, Ellis getting 2 million. So they just traded 24 million for 14 million. That's a major difference in your tax bill, right? That's a major difference in your tax bill. So you just lost 10 million in your salary. That's why they did the deal. It's not going to make them a better team this playoff season, but they're going to save tax money. Okay. Yeah, the Kings need to clean house. I never understood why anybody thought you can really build a team around Zach LaVine. He's not a team player. He's a tremendous talent now. Tremendous talent. And DeRozan, tremendous talent. But they've never been involved with winning. DeRozan in his prime was in Toronto. All Toronto did was swap out DeRozan for Kawhi. Ching, ching, championship. Right? That's all they did. They swapped out DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard. Championship. And again, DeRozan is a tremendous player. I always say DeRozan is one of the best, mid-range offensive talents I've ever seen. And he definitely got on the Hall of Fame elite level Jalen Brunson, Michael Jordan, Kobe, footwork. Definitely. Definitely. So, but he's just not that dude to help you get over the top. He's just not. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And then they had Vooch. I think Vooch has got to go too. You got to clean house. Vooch is a nice guy. Solid citizen, does his work every night, shows up to work to play every night for his money. But you ain't going nowhere with him. So you're gonna have to make some moves. They got some nice young talent over there in Chicago. They got some nice young talent. But the young guards they got some nice young talent. And then of course they just got our boy there from Australia, Giddy. He's a player. Giddy's a player. So you got Giddy, Pat Will still, they got 18 million. I would stick with Pat Will. You got Kevin Herter, Howdy Doody, Kobe White. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's unrestricted after this season, so I don't know what they're going to do with him. The Sumu, yeah. You got some Buzelis, 21 years old, the boy could ball. They got some nice pieces, but they're going to need to rebuild. So you're going to need to rebuild. Yeah, they're going to trade. No. John Pettit. It's 100% chance they're trading Giannis. The only question is, will they let him go at this deadline or over the summer? There is 0% chance Giannis remains. That I'm going to tell you this. Next training camp 2026, Giannis will not be in a Bucks uniform. He is not. Giannis will not be in a Bucks uniform. 100% chance he's not going to be here. So they're trading him. Question is for who, what, when, right? That's what we're talking about. So also, I'm about 80% sure come next year training camp, Zion Williamson will not be in New Orleans. I'm 80% sure of that. Okay. Zion Williamson will not be in New Orleans. Not next training camp. They're going to move on. They're going to move on. They're going to start the rebuild. Joe Dumars is going to rebuild all over again. And he's going to start with a couple of the pieces they got, Fears and the young boy Queen, and go from there. Yeah. I think he's going to sit the rest of the season. Old man Knicks fan. He's going to sit the rest of the season, and he is going to be traded by July of next year. Yeah. John Space, you mentioned Cat and Bridges. I'm not sure what your point is in putting those names out there. I'm not sure. Cat and Bridges, what? I don't know. Oh, you think they should trade Shaman? I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that. So you're crazy. Nah, Richard Baptiste, I'm 80% sure. And Richard Baptiste, we can revisit this. Next training camp, 2026, Zion Williamson will not be a Pelican. I'm going to tell you that right now. He will not. I'm 80%, which means it's not 100%, but damn close. He will not be a Pelican. He's going to be on another uniform, and they're going to clean house, and they're going to start with the draft. I think he could get traded on draft night because you can get some picks for him. Okay, you got Jeremiah Fears, and remember, this is Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars is one of the talent evaluators of a talent evaluator. He's on that Masai Ujiri tip. Joe Dumars can get some stuff done. That's all I'm saying. Kuminga has been a good player since he came in the league. He was only 18 when he got drafted, so he's going to be all right. I mean, he's a boy, so he's going to act like a boy. And that's what, he's in a tough situation in Golden State. So he probably is acting up a little bit, but he'll mature. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Apoca Knicks. I'm going to act like I didn't hear that. you talking about trading somebody that's going to help you win a championship this year, and for you to come up with something like that out your mouth, I don't even want to know what's in your head. I just don't see. So Shamet is an elite defender and elite 3-point shooter. Why the hell would you trade him on a minimum contract? I don't know. What the hell you think you getting that's going to help you better than Shamet? I don't know. But yeah, okay. Yeah, Shamet is a dude we keeping. And in fact, I'm hoping they sign him a little longer term this summer. They got to figure the money out, but you got to keep Shamet. Okay, Shamet, Deuce, Mitchell Robinson. That's your bench right there. Yeah, exactly, Malik. I think you're right. I think you're right. But like I said, I must see. I wasn't the only one that saw how ridiculous that was. So y'all, I can see y'all. I see y'all. I got it. But I was trying to be cool. See, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on them right now. I'm just, I'm not gonna pull the trigger. I'm just gonna, okay. I'm just gonna say, okay. That's what I'm saying, old man Knicks. I think, and I don't think you need to go real high with him. You could get Shamet in the mid-range, middle. What do you call that? The mid-level exception numbers. Not that they can get it to give him. They're not going to get credit for mid-level. I'm saying that number. So you probably right, Malik. If I was having grape juice right now instead of got milk, who knows what would have happened. Who knows what would happen. Listen, man, James Edwards and Fred Katz cut both them mofos. Give me Woj back. Cut them and give me Woj back. Now, I don't, Mike Drake, you know and I know. I'll take Sohan. But I'm not taking him as a replacement for Clarkson. I'm taking him as a replacement for Yabu Sele. Now, if you want to add Clarkson to the deal to sweeten it for them, okay, I get you. But I'll take Sohan. Like Tim, somebody that was trying to tell me when he was at Baylor, you watch this guy, and I kept ignoring him until one day I said, let me see, look at this dude. Sohan. When I saw him, I said, damn, there go Dennis Rodman. There go baby Dennis Rodman right there. Again, Michael Drake, could you help me out, man? I'm not saying Jose Alvarado wouldn't fit, but you please tell me whose minutes are going to get cut for Alvarado. That's what I'm saying. We playing 9, right? So where is Alvarado playing? And whose minutes are getting sliced for him to get rotation minutes? That's what I don't get. Especially Daddy A's not playing, but Daddy A's a wing, right? So at least he's a wing, but Alvarado is a point guard. I don't know. Hey, Fred Simmons, what's up, bro? Yeah, but okay, but if he played behind Deuce, right? So you got Brunson, Deuce, and let's say it was Alvarado. Then if he's playing behind Deuce, first of all, you understand you're getting rid of Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek is not going to see the floor. You okay with that? That's what I'm asking. Michael Drake, you okay with Tyler Kolek not seeing the floor? That's all I'm saying. Because that would happen. Okay. Yeah, Andrew Avon, it didn't do nothing for Cleveland. They just got cheap. What the needle that moved was financial. They lost some tax dollars. They reduced the tax burden. Miss Edwards, I know you are Kolek Hive. I know you are Kolek Hive. There's no doubt. I don't think there's a bigger Kolek fan in my channel than Miss Margaret Edwards. I think you are Kolek Hive. And I'm not trying to be negative on it. I'm Kolek Hive. Now he done converted me. That little white boy could play. Little Tom Cruise looking white boy could play, man. Mission Impossible dude. He could ball a little bit, and he been playing good. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the big effect for Alvarado. I'm not saying like I said, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but we got Tyler Kolek, and Kolek comes in and does business, man. That's why they could rest Deuce. If this was the playoffs, Deuce wouldn't be sitting. He'd be playing, but it's not the playoffs, so they're allowing Deuce to get fully healthy. Deuce is, listen, let me tell you what my imagination says about Deuce right now. Here's last week, Wednesday. Deuce is like, I'm ready to play. Staff said, you got pain in the ankle? A little bit. I'm ready to play. No, you sit until you got no pain. Here come Friday. I'm playing. How the ankle doing? It's all right. I can play with it. No. Deuce, when you got no pain in your ankle, you come back and talk to us. Because he's going to want to play every night regardless. So that's what they're doing. They're getting Deuce healthy. Deuce would probably play every night. But they're like, no, Deuce, we need you to be healthy. You know, and Kolick with Deuce now. I don't know why people diss Deuce on this point. The ball moves when Deuce is in the floor. The Deuce moves the ball as well. Kolick does too. In fact, both of them move the ball better than Brunson. Okay? But you don't mind that because Brunson's the assassin. But both Kolick and Deuce move basketball when they're in the floor. Both of them. They do. Okay? They don't force anything. They move that basketball. Okay? And so that's why I'm not getting the Alvarado obsession. I'm not getting it. I'd rather keep Deuce and Kolick. And not only that, look what you're paying Kolick. You know, and Alvarado is cheap too. He's $4.5 million, but you're paying Kolick $2 million. The moment, no. If Bridges was to go to the Blazers, it would be in July, not now. They're not moving Bridges now. They're not. That would be stupid. That's not going to happen. I don't know why everybody in the NBA 2K fantasies, but if they were going to trade for Giannis at the deadline, which I don't think they're going to, it's a possibility that Deuce would go, Bridges would go to Portland because they can now get more picks for Milwaukee. But yeah, me too, Drake. That's the whole point. I'm not understanding why. That's my point. Michael Drake, 36 a year. I keep hearing the same thing. And usually I ignore all that noise until Ian Begley says it. Then all of a sudden I got to take it seriously. But I don't get it. Like, all right, it's poll time. It's poll time, daggone it. Okay, it's poll time. Let's do a poll. I'm going to start a poll right now. Here's the poll. Who would you keep Kolick or trade Kolick for Alvarado? All right. I think I'm spelling Alvarado's name wrong. Okay. Here's the poll. If I can spell right. Trade. Keep. So either you're going to trade Kolick and get Alvarado, or you're going to keep Kolick. Because this is why I don't understand. Kolick, I mean, to me, Kolick balling right now. He's balling real nice right now. And been balling real nice for about a month and a half. So, I mean, he was getting toasted during the 2-11 stretch. I'll give you that. But in the current iteration, I don't know why you wouldn't keep him. You drafted him. He's coming into his own right now. I don't understand why you wouldn't keep him. That's what I'm saying. What is the obsession with Alvarado when you got Kolick? The moment 456, please stop. Don't get all excited and hot and bothered because Bridges can be traded eligible. He's not going anywhere. Okay? It's only NBA 2K and gamblers that make note of those things. And if you're one of those, God bless you. But he ain't going nowhere. Stop it. Okay? No. Yeah, I think most of y'all agree with me. So I'm wondering, it's like, what the hell? Why would we want Alvarado right now? You got Brunson, Deuce, and Kolick. And Deuce plays point guard, and yes, he plays off guard too. That's why he can get 30 minutes because he's playing both guard spots. But that's the order of things. It's Brunson, Deuce, and Kolick. That's the order of things. So why would you go get Alvarado? Because now Kolek can't play. I know, Malik. But they could get they could catch the third rail too. I don't care who they are. Uh, the moment you are, will somebody talk to him, please, or her, whoever the moment is, a him or a her? Will somebody talk to her, him, whatever? Talk to them, please. Talk to them. Yeah, thank you, Malik. Talk to him. Yeah, so I'm saying because the reason I said either trade him or keep him and not get Alvarado is because if you get Jose Alvarado, Tyler Kolek will not see the floor. I need y'all to understand the ramifications here. If Tyler Kolek is going to be on the team and you're going to get Jose Alvarado, as my brother say, Grand Theft Alvarado, I like that, but Kolek won't play at all. He'll be CMPD, DMPCD. That's what he would be. So do you want that? I don't. Okay. I tried. Y'all bear witness. Did I try to warn the brother? Did I try to warn? I mean, right? Did Michael Drake? I mean, my man Malik. Did I try? Did I try? Did I try? Or right? I tried, right? I mean, I did. I did the best I could. I did the best I could. It's like in the movie The Irishman. At the end, Joe Pesci goes to De Niro. We did everything we could for the kid. We tried to help him. We chose you. I chose you over him. You're with me. We did everything we can for the kid. Right, Michael Drake? We did everything we could for the kid. We got several subjects, Corey Lindsay. We're talking about Kolek and Alvarado and why you wouldn't be going after Alvarado if you're keeping Kolek. We talking about no cat trade. We're talking about what else? We talking about? We're talking about Isaiah Hartenstein being available as we thought he would be. These are the subjects. You're right, John Petty. That's exactly right. That's why I'm saying if you're not a believer we're talking about Nick believers, Corey Lindsay, the believers don't have anything negative to say about their team. They're not trying to be smart analysts, a-holes, and sound smart and then claim to be Knicks fans. Either you in or you out. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Clint Stewart. I like that. I like to see Clint Stewart bring the right energy. All you want to be hemorrhoids. Look at Clint Stewart. Aim for that. You know what I'm saying? Aim for that. Yeah, so that's where we at, Corey Lynch. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah, exactly. Jay Davis said, whatever is best. I agree. And that's all we're talking about. What's best. But we're talking about what's best from a pro Knicks perspective, not a pro NBA 2K perspective or a pro X perspective or a pro by the fans perspective. No, a pro Knicks perspective. Yeah, and serial killer. Y'all know I wasn't always on no Kolek bandwagon. People were acting like I committed the ultimate sin because I got on the bandwagon in the beginning of the season. I said I like Kolek. I think he's gonna be something. Remember that? They said, how you gonna say you don't like him and all of a sudden you like him? Because I could do that if I feel like it. That's why. See what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, and also we were bringing up Hempstead, the Stead, and the Vel, and Camel Park, and Kennedy Park. Yeah. So. Oh yeah. First team. Clyde said something at the game Friday. I saw it last night. He said it was either him or the white dude next to him. They said that somebody by one vote took OG's spot in second team all defense. I forgot who they said it was, but they mentioned somebody saying they said if it wasn't for this guy getting that extra vote, OG would have been second team all defense last year. So, well, and Senior B, you bring up a good point. But I'm just saying in terms of the overall long-term projection. Come up, thank you, Teal672. You was paying attention. That's it, right. But in terms of the overall career projection, I don't think we're losing anything by keeping Tyler Kolek. I don't think we're losing anything. Yeah. But look. Okay. You mentioned Deuce, Hart, and Alvarado. I get you. But listen here. You know what we got right now? We got Deuce, Hart, and Shamet. Don't forget Deuce, Hart, and Shamet. Shamet these people up. Shamet these people up. So you're not losing nothing. Don't forget about Shamet. Don't sleep on Shamet now. You're not losing nothing with Shamet out. You're gaining defense with Shamet out there. Deuce, Hart, and Shamet. Come on, man. And then you add OG and Mikal. And yeah, Shamet is a man right now. You can't be, so Craig Ward, all I say is what they said last night. Well, the last game I watched last night. The Knicks are the number one defense in the NBA during this 5-game winning streak. Enough said. The Knicks are the number one defense in the NBA during this 5-game win streak. Number one net defense, number one overall defense, number one defense in the league. Okay, so you can't mess with Shamet. Anybody talking about trading Shamet don't know what they talking about. So you can't mess with Shamet. And this is what I'm saying. If you are telling me this, let's say there's a player on the roster, right? And they're getting rotation minutes, but they're not helping winning. Okay, we could talk about a trade. Yabu is in that category. Okay. But you can't put do you think Landry Shamet's in the category that's not helping the Knicks winning? That's why would you talk about trading him? What are you going to get in return that's going to help you win more than Shamet is helping you right now? That's what I'm wondering. I lose the logic. Like, why would you mention a player or somebody mentioned Deuce on a $4 million deal, and he's shooting 42% from three, and he's scoring 13 a game. Why would you trade that? For what are you going to get that's going to be better than what he's bringing you right now? That's what I'm saying. And people, that's when I could tell they were on an NBA 2K trip, because you can't be thinking about winning. You have to think about stats for your prize picks, but you're not thinking about winning. You can't. I mean, so I don't get it. And as far as Tyler Kolek, he is just, to me, he has his ups and downs, but he is more up right now than down. And I'm not talking about, when I say right now, I'm talking about the whole season. He has really developed this season, and he's continuing to develop. No, Andrew, I like the starting five. The starting five is the same starting five that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. No, I don't want to change the starting five. If Josh is out, okay, then we could talk about a Deuce. We could talk about a Shamet. But if Josh is healthy, keep that starting five the same. Yes, I think OG, I just put the whole starting five. I kept voting the whole starting five in the All-Star game. That's what I was. So yes, I believe OG should be an All-Star. I believe Mikal should be an All-Star. I believe Cat should be an All-Star. I believe Brunson should be an All-Star. I believe All-Star and five. I'm with all that, and I want to see OG, Deuce on the All NBA, and Mitch on the All NBA defensive team. Okay, I know it ain't going to happen, but that's what I'm pushing for that. That's what I'm saying. I'll push for that. That's right, Andrew. Well, look, there was a time when everybody was pressing on X for Mitch Rob for 8. And I was at the time saying, that's stupid. Mitch Rob always eats this boy's lunch. and Mitch Rob costs is less than half of Ayton's salary. Why would you do that? Again, I don't understand the logic that some people use when they mention these trade scenarios. So you're going to try to get a player twice as expensive as Mitch that's not as good as Mitch. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No, Trae Young ain't going to play. He's going to be in street clothes. He's going to spend the rest of the season in street clothes. I ain't going to see him. And plus, Washington is definitely in development mode right now, rebuild mode, and they got some nice young players over there. So I like them boys. They come to play every night. Sarr is now back, and he got like 17, 16 boys the other night. So they now come, they're up and coming team. They got a couple of seasons, they got like 2 or 3 seasons before they start to show like they got something for real. But this is the league. They could beat the Knicks. I would have them, Andrew, what happens now, you might have, let's say you start out with Mikal on Luka and OG on LeBron. But during the course of any part of the game, they're going to be switching, right? That's constant. So I just want the switchability. Those two can guard either two, right? So they're going to switch up. One time, OG going to be on Luka. Sometime Mikal going to be on LeBron. You're going to be switching up. Sometimes Josh going to be on one of them. And, so that's why you want guys that can guard multiple positions, because every team does a lot of switching. I don't have an opinion about him. I turned the game off at garbage time last night. I saw enough. And then I went to Netflix. But to me, they signed another dude. We'll see him, when we see him. You know what I mean? I'm right now, my mind is on chip mode and the guys that's going to contribute to getting us to chip, which is basically the top 10 guys. So, hey, apparently J2.music, Brown is not high on West 4th Street. I don't know why, but apparently West 4th is not Brown's cup of tea. I kind of miss seeing West 4th Street. I do. He was giving his all on both ends of the floor. So I don't know. Yeah, they're still picking up 94 feet. But I'd rather have Deuce in there if I can get him in there. Because that's, there's hell to pay. But Shamet picks up 94 feet. Deuce picks up 94 feet. And even now, Kolek picks up 94 feet. So they're all doing that. Yeah. But Deuce, they're doing for the playoffs. Clarkson, I think they're doing it for a trade. Deuce, they're just making sure he's going to be healthy come playoff time. Okay, but Clarkson, I think they're going to trade him. And I still don't understand why. But whatever. That's their decision, right? I'm not the coach. I'm definitely not the Don. So that's their decision. All I can think of is that maybe Brown is not as enthused with Clarkson as I am. And maybe some of us are. See? That's all I can think of. There's no other reason for me to be sitting Clarkson like that. But okay. If that's what they do, that's what they do, right? Yeah. So Yabu and Clarkson, they're going out. We'll see who they're bringing in. Oh, yeah. That's right. And this game against the Lakers is good for the Knicks because they won't sleep on the Lakers. This is not a get-right game. This is a playoff atmosphere game at MSG tonight. So the Knicks will not be sleeping on the Lakers. They will not be assuming the Lakers are going to be a rolling over. They're going to come out to play against the Lakers, and they're going to expect the best from LeBron and Luka. And so I want to see them play their best against these guys. Yeah, I didn't think Clarkson was that bad. I saw he's -5.5 overall as plus minus. But with certain lineups, he's way positive. Like you put him out there with Deuce, you put him out there with OG and them, he balls, man. So I don't know. I want to see Cat get 20 rebounds again. I don't even care how many points he scores. I want to see Cat get 20 rebounds again. Do you know, I think Cat and Mitch Rob, you see them bickering back and forth on the bench? And then later Cat said, Mitch Rob owed me $100, I'm taking this truck. Did y'all see that? And Mitch Ross said, I'll pay up. You ain't touching my truck. Your big feet hit the gas and the brake at the same time. I think they was betting on the 20 rebounds. I bet you Cat said, I'm getting 20 rebounds today. And Mitch said, no, you ain't. And Cat got it. He said, you owe me $100. Because Cat was pointing in his face. And Mitch Ross said, all right, like that. Najee Marshall might be too expensive because teams are willing to pay more. It's not that his number by itself is a problem. Teams are willing probably to offer draft capital for Najee Marshall, and the Knicks are not going to do that. Yeah, because Cat said Mitch owes me $100 or I'm taking his truck. And Mitch said, you can't take my truck. You can't even drive. Your feet would touch the the brake and the gas at the same time. He said, I'll pay up tomorrow. That's what he said. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm glad it's not a back-to-back. So we have Mitch tonight. We have Mitch, and we got Cat, and we got everybody but Deuce tonight. So I don't know, Guilford. That's a good question. Now, Cat is the top rebounder in the NBA right now. Cat is number 1 in the league in rebound. Mitch is number 1 in offensive rebounding. But as a team, I don't know. Let me just see that's a good question. Let me see where they stand here. Let's take a look. Mitch, the Knicks right now are, let's see. The Knicks are averaging 46 rebounds a game. Yeah, 46 boards a game. I'm not sure where they be in terms of overall ranking, but they're pretty good. Let me see what they say out here in NBA, what you call it? NBA.com. So the Knicks are heavily favored today. Heavily favored. I don't like that. They're heavily favored, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I know, right? You can't mention Mitch Rob's truck. That's right. That's right. I know I'm going to be at the Wizards game, and the next game they're going to be in Madison Square Garden against the Nuggets. And guess who's back? The Joker's back. The Joker's back, and he balling. So yeah, Wednesday's going to be interesting. I really want to see Deuce McBride back for that game. Please bring me Deuce back. So we'll see. Yeah, Luka's but that's easier said than done, Guilford. Luka's a daggone maestro, virtuoso. Yeah. Yep. Austin Reeves is a Knick killer, too. He's a Knick killer. I know, right, Andrew? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's crazy. Now, Malik, that was last year. Last year is not this year. You know, remember that now. Last year is not this year. So let's see. We'll see. Second, Nixon. Okay. 47 a game is a lot of rebounds. So no news yet. It's going to be quiet, Blair, until you get to Wednesday or Thursday. Then you're going to see all the fireworks come out on the trade news. So we'll see. It's coming. It's coming. All right, y'all. So I'm looking at the time. I got to go take my lovely bride to dinner. It's Sunday. It's our date day. So I'm taking my lovely bride to one of our favorite restaurants. I'm going to have me a ribeye. I'm not sure what she'll have. And yeah, we'll be out there, Gorilla Jakes. We're going to be out there. We're going to be at Clyde's. My daughter and I are going to be there. We got our reservations, and then we're going to be in the Verizon Center. Yeah, V-Dash, I don't know. We're going to find out, man. We're going to find out. But please be safe out there. Enjoy the game today. 5th. Okay, that's not bad, though. 5th out of 30. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Talk to y'all soon, please. I'll be traveling tomorrow up to D.C. Be ready for that game on Tuesday. We'll talk to y'all soon. Please be safe. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shalom.